like you might have seen in the Donkey Kong Country 2 run just now, there's strategies that you might use and not even think about in single speed, but sometimes it's not actually fast to go for those things in double speed. It's actually, because the frame windows are just so much tighter, it's easier to actually just run through it. So it'll be interesting to see how these runners approach things.
Absolutely. And even the rooms that you think you might have a strategy for, you might be approaching them without a sword or without the item that you expect to have. So it definitely requires an insane amount of thinking on the fly. But Parisian, with his history of both blindfolded runs and double speed and all the other challenge runs that he has taken on, and then Acmlm, who is actually a robot.
That is actually true.
100%.
That's 100% correct. I've seen him play Dr. Mario. He's a robot. It does look like we are off here. We've got a bunch of junk in the first 2 locations. Although there's 300 rupees for Parisians. They're nice.
Yep. So one thing to mention is that ACM is going to run his timer at double speed, and Parisian Player is running his timer at RTA. So if you want to know how long they've been playing from a real-time perspective, look on Parisian side. If you want to know how long they would have been playing if it were at single speed, you can look at ACM's side.
Yeah, so both players opting to take the southwest start here directly. They farmed some bombs at the outside of Grove area, and picking up 300 rupees again here on Ace. Well, wait. Right. ACM hasn't gone and gotten.
So open mode with no sword, they're both opting to use those newly found rupees to pick up an explosive ordnance to give themselves some form of offense, and also the ability to check a few of these Kakariko locations: Chicken Hut, Blind's House, and the Well.
Yeah, so algebra-wise, if they're playing at double speed and my brain is working at half speed, what... Oh, there we go. There's our first sword on the bottle vendor.
Interesting. Wish I would have had that last night.
Yeah. Scrivo and I were doing a little bit of rando refreshing for him, and it was not the friendliest introduction back to the game, I'll tell you guys that.
Yes. Oh, double speed crowd control would be... Did that even work?
Oh, it would work.
Be painful.
It definitely would. All of the effects are in real time on the host PC, not actually on the console clock. So,
looks like we've got a red boomerang and some flippers and some additional rupees. So we can fight, we can swim, and we can throw a crooked stick.
Bangarang.
I'm gonna loop on through the Lost Woods, check the mushroom location, which is a piece of heart. And that Lost Woods heart piece, which is a full heart.
Yeah, one thing you'll notice, you're going to see these are both runners who are very comfortable with this game. Ordinarily, out of the way health, out of the way ammo, out of the way anything, not really something that would happen. In 2X, however, you want that health. You want to have as much insurance as you can get within reason. So,
speaking of health, it will now be cut in half for ACM, who has picked up the blue mail. And
yeah, it's a huge upgrade.
Parisian is making the exact same play.
Yeah, I mean, I think, at this point, and there are really a few standard openings. I'm not surprised that we're seeing so much similarity here. What will be interesting is once we get past this, initial round of checks to see where people head off to.
Now, here's a room that is inconsequential in real time, but at double speed is not so much. Any room with mini Moldorms at double speed, you can go from 0 to dead fast.
Yeah, now having a sword does help. Being able to hold and spin, but I mean, as you can see on ACM side, this is far from free.
All right, so we got a bottle, and a couple more pieces of heart, and some arrow pickups.
Yeah, that bottle is potentially really nice for our runners. Not only do they get to check the sick kid, but again, that's just that much more insurance they can carry around to deal with these bad rooms in 2X.
Now, I think ACM must have picked up that mushroom spot heart piece, because he did get a extra heart container out of those 2 pieces of heart.
Yeah, I think he went for a little bit more than Parisian did. One thing to note, if you haven't watched Randomizer in a while, which I'm sure is not true for most people in Speed Gaming chat, I know how you are, but we, in V30, actually all of the, is that the Fire Rod, I think, on Highway Island? We actually removed all of the ammo capacity upgrades from the game. They've been replaced by just ammo items.
A lamp from the hobo.
Yeah, oh, that's a nice one. Making good use of those early flippers. So yeah, so these runners, unless they opt to go out of their way to get some capacity upgrades, the glove on ledge. Wow, the flippers, really the key to the early part of the seed here.
Another heart container for ACM.
And I see I am being called out for the call out. I only deliver the hottest it takes, you guys, so.
Alright, I think Parisian is making his way also to Hobo. And there is that fire rod that you caught. I don't think... Have we seen a map check yet?
I don't believe we have. You know, I think that a lot of times in the early game, we were a little bit progression starved. It often doesn't really help you that much to know. You know, there used to be a fair amount of bias in the fill, and so there was a lot of value to knowing, you know, Crystal
Pearl.
Dungeon versus Pendant Dungeon. You know, goodness, even very early. It looks like ACM is going to go backwards. Having the lamp, this is pretty straightforward to do. No real challenging rooms in here, although chasing down that rat in 2X can be a little bit challenging at times.
So pretty good front load here between a lift upgrade, flippers, a sword, and the pearl.
Yeah, we are now one item away from Dark World access, either another glove or our hammer. And we'll see what we find here in Escape. I'm expecting our runners to head over to Eastern afterwards if this doesn't pan out.
So this upcoming room with the blue boomerang guard executed very well by Parisian. That's another one that's
Very
pretty
nice.
tricky to do at double speed.
Okay, we did actually just get the Master Sword. So our runners actually do have logical access to Aghanim's tower right now, and I'm terribly sorry for them if that turns out to be their Dark World access. It's not what you want in this format necessarily.
Parisian taking a death warp to get back to the front door. I think he might be heading straight to Acmlm. No?
No, I think so ACM went backwards through the sewers. I think Parisian is going to go check this chest from the front. And I don't actually know if he checked the back, so he may be going all the way to the back.
Oh, he did not. He does not have that pearl yet. You're right.
Yep.
Ball and chain guard, the real final boss.
Yeah, and he's going to take the sanctuary route here to get to the back, which is definitely smart. And yeah, I am 100% positive that both of these runners have been, you know, pumping constantly to increase that movement speed that much more. You know, I have seen Tej pump at 60 FPS, I swear. So, you know, surely if TGH can pump at 60 FPS, ACM, you know, I mean, he can do 240. I mean, you know, as a robot, shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, the only question really is whether or not the controller will just disintegrate in his hand from his robotic forces.
Well, I'm pretty sure that he had it wired directly to the skeletal structure. Like, he's got like the adamantium bond between him and the controller. So it's out of the casing. There's no button pads or anything there. He's directly actuating.
Yeah, and of course that is allowed because you could do that either on console or emulator. So
that's correct. Yeah, there's no advantage there, you know.
Right.
And so it's real straightforward.
Yes. All right, so we've got 50 rupees below Spectacle Rock and a heart piece on top.
Yeah, so interestingly, I'm actually surprised. I wonder if Parisian, you know, he's not been, you know, deep into rando for a while. You know, not having the mirror, I would have considered just dropping down there, no matter what the item was, to go grab the hint, but opting not to.
We got our second glove behind Sahasrara.
Oh, baby. And ACM wasting no time in heading west over to go check out the Village of Outcasts, and I expect Parisian to do the same here with the save and quit screen up.
Yep. It's actually, there's, Parisian is a very big chess aficionado, and it is interesting to kind of make some, you know, analogy between the opening book that a chess player might keep and the opening book that a randomizer player might keep. You know, and also trying to understand what opening tendencies your opponent might have. Of course, and you're really playing against the seed, but it is still, you know, interesting when you look at the tendencies of a player and then the tendencies of that player when they have to do everything at double speed.
For sure. So Parisian has opted to go straight down into the Village of Outcasts. ACM opted to walk up to Skullwoods and check the front. We will see whose strategy proves to pay off better. It looks like ACM will go all the way back to the what's usually the big key chest here in Skullwoods.
Gonna use that boomerang to stun the mummies. It is nearly impossible to do that room without the boomerang at double speed.
Yeah, that room is sensitive at 1x and at 2x. It's oof. Yeah.
All right, so Parisian dipping into Thieves Town, gonna check these 4 chests in the main hub. Meanwhile, ACM found a big key where a big key should be. There was a map check, but it was so fast that I was not able to pick up on it.
Yeah, so here's another one of those 2x differences here, where, you know, ordinarily we would all bomb jump across to the big chest. It's a good bit faster. Doing some of those setups in 2x, maybe not. So opting to take the vanilla way to get back to that big chest, which, you know, some people might not even have seen if they've mostly just watched experienced people, you know, on speed.
There is a newer bomb jump setup where you where you release a spin on the edge. That is a little bit easier to execute at double speed, but I don't think it's... ACM's not really known for picking up new strats, and I don't think Parisian's been playing a whole lot of 1x since that came out. Yeah, ACM is he's a traditionalist. I like the way he plays the game because he plays the game by being fast at the game. Yes. Yeah, he knows what he knows. He knows a lot about the game. He's got one of the most in-depth senses of game knowledge. But as far as strats, he uses his strats. He doesn't add new ones. He just does what he does, and he does it fast. Yeah, so far, Skullwoods didn't really pay out much with anything. Thieves Town, thus far, not really paying out with anything, although we do have a couple more item opportunities remaining here on Parisian side. Small shield for Parisian. Now, one other thing that you're going to see Parisian doing a lot is kind of, he's going to be alerting enemies. It's a lot easier to react to enemy movement at double speed when you can make them do what you want. So he's going to be doing a lot of sword clanking to draw the attention of enemies to get them to move to a position where he wants. Knight's phase 1 on blind there. Not even trying to keep things on script. It's almost impossible, you know, to do the movement that you would need to do at 2x. And Zelnus, the answer to your question in chat is yes, absolutely. Digging game yields a heart piece. Digging game music at double speed is painful.
Yeah, now did ACM do the dig game? I think he opted to skip the dig game.
He did.
Oh, he did do it. Okay.
Yes. We got Quake from the Tree Boy.
We call him Stumpy. Because he's a stump. Get it?
I get it. Alright. This totally unnamed cave with 4 chests in it has the Tempered Sword. Very nice. Now, we are giving the Smith a tour of Middle Hyrule here.
Yeah, taking advantage of the ability to save and quit here with the follower. You can actually do this with the purple chest as well. And it is possible for the mirror to be on those locations. It's no guarantee that they make it easy for you. Parisian looked like he was trying to open up King's Tomb without the boots, which is not possible.
Even though you're moving at dashing speed, Parisian, you still don't have the boots.
Yeah, we are very fast, but not that fast.
Unfortunately, you're only moving at 3.5 pixels per frame, not 4.
It's completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
You might as well be taking a casual stroll.
Speaking of, ACM taking a casual stroll through the right side of Eastern Overworld to go and check out Eastern Palace.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we are definitely, in that part of the early game where we're converging, and, both runners, I think, right now, trying to avoid... Oh, there you go. That's some nice progression. Looks like he will continue further into Eastern here. It's always an interesting choice early when you can't complete it. Some people would definitely opt to just bail after that flute, but we are going to check it.
And a hook shot. Wow.
Okay, well,
Palace is loaded.
Yeah, and getting the, the outside of Hera, the Death Mountain toolkit here, so.
I don't want to understate the importance of getting that early blue mail. There are a lot of times where you're not going to be able to get enemies to move out of your way or to be able to kill them effectively. So there's going to be a lot of just straight up damage boosting through enemies. You just saw it briefly ago from Parisian. So getting those heart pieces, getting that blue mail, hopefully getting red mail sometime soon would be very helpful to the 2x strategy.
Yeah, so ACM just got the best hint in the game, by the way, which is the western wing of Swamp Palace hint. Finding out there's nothing there, so he does not have to worry about that at all. He'll be able to just run through Swamp Palace, which is super duper nice. We actually got kind of what seems like it should be a really generous Eastern Palace where all the items are up front. And ACM giving up on the big key skip and opting to just kill everything. But unfortunately had to walk around to get the big key, which he did now just so that he doesn't have to do it later, which I think is smart.
Parisian going for a bomb jump there. Did not get it.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit high.
Spent more time going for it than he would have taken just going back around.
Yeah, meanwhile, ACM wasting no time and going to go activate that flute, and I expect we'll be either heading up to Death Mountain, or he might opt to check out the Mire area and get a little bit of information. We do actually have access to everything but Vitreous, so... A lot of times that Mire area, because it's behind so much progression-wise, can be lucrative.
Now, I don't think I've seen a check of the Lumberjack Cave.
I think one of the runners did check it, I thought, early on. Maybe not, though.
Lumberjack was nothing, I'm told. So one thing you're going to notice, Parisian is playing on an emulator called SNES GT, where when it double times the music, it keeps it at the original pitch. We have just switched to ACM's audio, so now you're going to hear Alvin and the Chipmunks doing Link to the Past original soundtrack.
Yeah, I prefer this version, to be honest.
Yeah, I do hear a lot of mentions, or see, I should say, a lot of mention in the chat about audio desyncing. A lot of that is just a side effect of double speed.
Yeah, when you're emulating these consoles, it's like stupidly technical, and I'm not going to get all the way into it, but I would just say that keeping multiple chips in sync is the most expensive thing to do, and when you're trying to emulate at 2 times speed, it's twice as expensive. So you'll find that in most cases they actually let the audio drift. It would actually be incredibly expensive to do 2x while keeping audio fully in sync.
Alright, so we're going to see Parisian. Looks like he's going to go check that pyramid.
I mean, while ACM doing a very thorough clear of Dark Death Mountain and Eastern White World Death Mountain.
Yeah, right now the difference is that ACM has been in Eastern, Parisian has not.
You know, interesting, Parisian looks like he's about to go walk into Pod and see what he can do in here. But ACM finding that mirror on Death Mountain, I have a feeling that ACM is on the intended progression track here.
Yeah. Now, this is another room that is just very difficult to move. Anytime that you have to move a tile or less in double speed, it is very easy to not. So that hookshot cave is non-trivial.
Yeah, so it looks like, I think if I saw that correctly, Turtle Rock is one of our 5/6 crystals, and I believe Meyer was a crystal as well, so we will be doing both of those.
ACM utilizing those damage boost straps there to just walk straight on through the Lionels, and is going to head into Tower of Hera. Tile room in Hera, slightly less painful when the tiles go double speed.
Well, I guess it depends what kind of pain you're talking about.
Although the little rhythm sound of him slashing the sword and the tiles go kind of adds a sick beat to the room.
Yeah, it's a real banger, that's for sure.
It is. Hot summer song of 2019, double speed tile room. Beetle room also non-trivial, but when you have tempered sword, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, tempered sword makes a lot of things a lot easier. That's true at 1x speed too, but having the ability to one-shot so many enemies is actually a huge help in double speed.
That hook shot is useful there to get over to a chest with nothing. Speaking of things that are non-trivial at double speed, Moldorm is non-trivial at double speed. Luckily, with the tempered sword, they should just be able to get a quick spin and a slash, but we'll see. Yeah, he's going to hug that left side, and there's not a whole lot you can do other than wait him out.
Yeah, that's not very fortunate RNG for Moldorm, so...
Okay, we got the slash. Just gotta land the spin, and Moldorm is deceased.
So ACM picking up our first pendant and/or crystal with that Moldorm kill. And again, tempered sword being a huge bro in that fight by allowing him to avoid the final super fast phase. All right,
Parisian getting that hint about the western wing of Swamp Palace as well, and he's getting his items out of Eastern. We'll see how far he goes. As I recall, the mirror was at the Eastern Big Key.
So Parisian actually should have all of those items already. he is walking around to the back, which is just to get the big key for the dungeon, so they didn't have to come through again later. Meanwhile, ACM wasting no time in using that mirror.
So I've seen Parisian still taking intentional deaths. Are we sure he grabbed the mirror? It's not on the tracker, and he's doing things that make me think he doesn't have it.
Oh, Mirror was in Eastern Dark Death Mountain. That's right. I thought it was on the. I got it confused. It was like the east side of Eastern. Of course, no problem.
All right. Well, Parisian is arming his flute.
This flute is now fully armed and operational.
And we're gonna see Parisian check Eastern Death Mountain now.
Now the real question is,
does arrows?
He didn't mirror. I wanted to see if ACM got the quick warp. I was told that whether you need to mirror or not, the quick warp still saves half a second.
Oh. I have not heard that.
Yeah, anytime you do a quick warp, it saves you half a second. It doesn't matter whether you were going there or not. It's just a half a second. It's flat. Same with quick boom. You got to get quick boom and 2x as well. It's very important.
All right, so Parisian is going for another bomb jump here. Gets this one.
Yeah, definitely a nice little time save to get that bomb jump. Ooh, the pod door sound is epic on ACM's side. That's another real banger.
Wait till the Aghanim fight.
Oh goodness, oh baby.
Unfortunately, with early Moon Pearl, we did not get to hear double time bunny music, so I'm sad. Alright, Parisian having a little bit of trouble with that hookshot clip, so he's just gonna go the normal route.
Yeah, that is a finicky strat on the best of days. And at 2x, it's really easy to be, your left-right positioning is really important to that clip, and it's hard to do precise positioning. All right, I want to see this 2x hammer jump now from ACM.
That is actually one of the easier things to adapt, in my experience.
No, I want to see it bufferless.
Oh, well. You have
these are high tier Link to the Past speedrunners. I want to see that 2x bufferless hammer jump.
Alright, hookshot cave proving fruitless for Parisian, as he is come to find out. And there is the red mail for ACM. So
that is a nice pickup. We are very, very much safer now.
We're gonna check West Meyer Cave. Piece of heart and some bombs.
And ACM, he went over to the area. He did not go into desert. Parisian made an interesting choice vis-a-vis the warp placement. And here's ACM going into desert. So the sink, you guys. Yeah. The sink.
Of course, every randomizer seed is bootless, but it's a little bit less painful when you are able to move double speed.
Yeah, what you guys are actually seeing right now is the dungeon at normal speed, just bootsless.
Correct.
Oh baby, look at this sink. Unfortunately for Parisian, ACM's movement is just too good, and the sink has been lost. I want to see this walking chest turn. Oh god, I'm so disappointed.
This mirror block cave can also give you fits, but their mashing is strong, and they are able to get through it.
Yeah, block removal in 2X it's a pretty intense degree of mashing to avoid accidentally pushing the block. Alright, so ACM making his trip into Thieves Town at this point. Where is Parisian gonna go?
Now, with this many hearts in the red mail, I think it is safe to say that ACM will have less trouble with blind than Parisian did with fewer hearts and the blue mail.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to be able to clear the dungeon.
Fire Rod is also going to get that Fire Rod on Lake Hylia as a possibility.
I'm sure they're both really looking forward to the Mothula fight as well, so they'll be rushing over there. So this route may actually work out pretty well for Parisian. He's gonna grab his purple. Okay, he's gonna flute it over. Oh, maybe check Sick Kid. Hopefully he walks it around in the Dark World and can parlay that into going and getting that Fire Rod. Alright, so ACM heading into his blind fight. Let's see how this goes. ACM messing up phase 1. It's the one phase that's sort of reasonable in 2X. Parisian did actually get a perfectly on-script phase 1.
But he can pretty much just tank it from here.
Yeah, it would be very difficult for ACM to die at that point. And ACM is on the board with our first... Oh my goodness,
hammer.
The hammer is at the purple chest.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Man, what a play to take Gary's chest on a world tour to visit.
Now we're gonna grab that Fire Rod.
Specialist.
Letting the golden bee out.
It wants to be free. Fortunately, ACM also going to go turn in that purple chest and grab his hammer.
Now, let's hopefully they both remember that hint about the west side of Swamp being bone dry.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there are 2 hints like that in the game. We've got the Swamp one, which is huge plays and epic to get. And we've also got, I believe that was the Above the Pose one that ACM just picked up. But there is a similar hint for requires fire in Misery Mire or something like that, which is also really, really nice, because it'll either tell you where the big key is or a good item, or tell you don't have to worry about that at all.
Now, I seem to think that Golden Bee actually does damage to blind, so it was... Oh, he couldn't get the potion off in time.
Oh, no.
Wow. He tried to wait as long as he thought he could, but you always have half as much time as you expect in double speed.
Yeah, everything that has a startup time, definitely not the friendliest. Parisian, having only the blue mail, you know, is relatively well protected, but is... Oh, there you got the potion off. But is taking twice as much damage as ACM was in this fight, just for reference. Gets it on the second try with the potion, though, so good job.
Sorry, had to do a little bit of chat moderation.
Fair enough. Also, I'm led to believe that ACM picked up the powder by the tracker on screen, so that is pretty nice, actually, to have for a run like this.
Say powder! Say powder!
Powder. I'm gonna take my magic powder down to the wharf and get some chicken chowder, or some clam chowder, or some other kind of chowder, I don't know.
Simpsons memes, the only appropriate memes. Alright, on to Argus, which is fun at double speed. But with red mail, again, you just start tanking things. Go ahead and see that. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and see that Mothfield fight that you were itching to see.
Yeah, I'm excited for this, I'm not gonna lie.
One of the things that they kind of hope to find at double speed is actually burnout. It makes blind absolutely trivial. Ooh.
Okay, the Wallmaster. Very unfortunate. Did ACM just flood the key? I'm also not sure why he's going over here. Because he was the one who got the hint, I thought, about Swamp.
Yeah. They both got it, and they have forgotten. ACM has forgotten.
Well, alright, let's see these spikes start moving. No double bonk already. Just, gosh, what a fight.
Get that potion out. Alright. Alright. Moth is just a war of attrition at double speed, and Parisian, with the potion, was able to outlast. So now we're going to get a bat check.
Almost bumming the bull.
Yeah, picking up potions is... Oh, he's got 2 bees he's got to let fly. Yeah, picking up those potions is essential as a safety at this speed. Alright, so just doing some comparison, ACM still has yet to grab that fire rod. He has... done 2 additional dungeons, but 2 of them were... He's done 1 additional dungeon, but 2 of them were pendants, so...
Yeah, one thing about ACM in the randomizer is that he's a big chess per minute player. So he's not one of the ones that tends to kind of aggressively try to follow the ideal progression chain. He really focuses on clearing items as quickly as possible.
Did you just see that hint on ACM's side?
I missed it. What was it?
The boots are in the Lost Woods. That might be boots on pedestal?
I think at this point it has to be. That's the only...
Maybe that decision by ACM to grab those 2 pendants.
Yeah, that...
Might be... Huh. That could be... There's the powder for Parisian.
What's going to be really funny to me is when Parisian doesn't go get it, ACM does, and the GT Big Key is on the torch.
Alright, Parisian, what are you doing? You both got the hint. What are you doing?
We could have Samaria on Kingstown or Bonk Rocks, which would be fun.
Both Parisian and ACM forgetting the west side is dry hint. So we're seeing a little bit of extra DLC here in Swamp. No, Parisian did not skip the hint. They both got it. In fact, Parisian lingered on it for an extra second. Because he wasn't mashing text.
You know, I wonder, so if you're playing the game at 2x, do you forget things twice as fast, too?
I would imagine that is exactly how everything around you, actually. You find yourself, you don't actually overclock your emulator, but we have a special time manipulation vortex that surrounds us.
Gotcha.
Yes.
ACM getting that nice little clip hook into the staircase, which is actually a really nice thing to have happen in 2x, because walking into that staircase is not the easiest thing to do.
No, the joke earlier about all randomizer seeds being bootless was just me being sarcastic and angry.
But it's also
very it is also true. It is very possible that the boots are required, which would make for an interesting requirement to get those 3 pendants, considering that ACM kind of stumbled into 2 of them.
Yeah, so the interesting question will be, what does ACM do from here? Does he just book it to Desert Palace?
Well, with Fire Rod,
it's a fast fight. The question is, how much does he want those boots right now as opposed to later? Because we do have to go back to Misery Mire, and it would certainly be faster to clear out Desert when we're there. But it does mean missing out on the boots until we probably get a Cane of Samaria.
Well, let me riddle you this. What if Lanmolas give you the bow and a green pendant? Or and a pendant.
I mean, now it's crazy talk.
It is.
I also don't remember how many items, 'cause I think Parisian, both players went into Desert and got what they could. I don't remember how many items we did or did not get.
A reminder about the timer. ACM's timer is running at double speed, Parisian's is running at real time. So they've been playing for 42 minutes and 32 seconds, but that comes out to, at normal FPS, the time on ACM's side. Double speed sword beams. My aesthetic.
Yeah, I love the audio, and I prefer to be a roasted garlic mashed commentator, by the way, chat. Because that's just more delicious. Like, why would you want to be just a regular plain old commentator when you could be like a delightfully seasoned mashed commentator?
I personally am scalloped.
Oh, nice. A Hasselback commentator.
Alright, so with 3 pendants, I'm fairly certain we're going to see ACM book it to the boots.
Yeah, he's wasting no time in going and grabbing those things, and I don't blame him. When you get that hint, that's pretty great.
Now, the thing that you'll notice is you're not actually going to see them use it a whole lot. Dash canceling precisely with boots is pretty difficult, but it will be nice to have them for the few places where it is efficient to use them, as well as if they find themselves actually needing to bonk something off the torch in GT.
Yep. And you see, I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and clear out his Mothula fight as well. So this is working out really well for him, actually, being able to stack some locations like this.
Yes. And there are the boots.
Getting the super obnoxious fire snake pattern there in front of the skull. And ACM wisely switching to the lamp, saving as much of that magic as he can.
Much friendlier Moldorm fight for Parisian.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Even with red mail, this Mothula fight is not going very well. Kind of fighting the menu, too. Oh! Alright, and he gets through.
Nicely done. Somebody in chat was asking, why do the runners occasionally redo dungeons? Well, they're not redoing them. Because of the way the randomizer works and randomizes items, it's possible that we may need to go into a dungeon and get some stuff, but we may not be able to complete it or finish the boss. So oftentimes they have to revisit the dungeon in order to actually complete it.
Oh, the
okay,
ice rod.
Well, those boots are absolutely required. So, Parisian now having a moment of sadness as he realizes, okay.
And the cane.
Wow. All right. Well.
Okay. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so at this point, we are just looking for the bow, I believe, and then we will be good to go.
Okay, so let's brainstorm here. Where is, at this moment, the worst possible place that the bow could still be?
Well, let's see. We know it's not in Eastern Palace. We know it's not in Pod. I'm
at Trinex?
So it could be at Trinex, but that's not. There's really not very many bad places for it to be at this point, because there's nowhere we don't have to go. Like the penalty really is just that we have to walk back up the mountain twice. Like that's the worst case scenario here, and that is frankly not a bad scenario.
Parisian is going through Ice Palace.
ACM did not pick up the key. And I think he should be fine, but
here's another room that can be tricky at double speed. This push block, timing the fire rod shots during the block push.
Yeah, that can be... I would imagine that could be very challenging. But yeah, I do believe that ACM missed a key pickup. But so long as he takes the... what, did he grab the hotkey? He may be in for a rude surprise in just a minute here. As I do key math.
Here's a challenging room in double speed. This ice floor, but Parisian is able to get through.
No, we're fine. Did ACM just kick up dust? Is he going for 2x spooky? No, he's not.
He is not.
I'm so disappointed. And I see somebody in chat talking about double speed and 10 dogs, and I am...
I think that would be a bit rough.
I know, oh god. But what I do know is that I now want only that in my life. There's nothing I want more than 2x Nintendogs at this point.
Alright, making quick report of Vitreous. Well, until this phase. Just playing tennis with the eyeball there is all you can do when you don't have a bow. Quiver full of silver arrows, but not a bow to use them with.
I mean, you know, let's be clear, the silver arrows are really, really nice for them to have. Trying to do silver with Ganon in 2x it's not really significantly harder for the silver wisp portion, but just dodging some of the things you potentially need to be dodging in that fight can get a little bit dicey.
Double speed Ganon is a thing.
It is a thing. And it's a thing that we will see. Stay tuned here on twitch.tv/speedgaming for more double speed Ganon action.
/subscribe.
Have you guys heard about Twitch Prime?
Double speed color a dinosaur. So yes,
Alright, I believe this is Parisian's second try on the cold stare fight, just FYI. I think he made it in here the first time. He does have a blue potion.
Oh, there's Burn.
That is a nice pickup.
Totally useless most of the time in single speed, but...
Well, that's not entirely true, because it does actually unlock the Spike Cave for us. In Logic. I believe, I think Parisian checked it already. We know it's not the thing, but... Chat correcting me as to what happened to Parisian. That is unfortunate. Apparently, Parisian couldn't get the bomb jump and didn't have Samaria, so...
Alright, Ether for Parisian in the Grove, but that is a non-essential item. Actually, I shouldn't say it's non-essential, but you might see him unleash it in Ganon's Tower and Gauntlet.
Yeah, it can be a nice room clear tool for sure. ACM getting good use out of that powder here in Turtle Rock. Definitely TR is probably one of the nicest dungeons to have powder in. There's anti-fairies everywhere. Stuff hurts in TR, even with red mail, so...
Yes. Alright. ACM heading over to check out the ROM hack cave. finding a red rupee for his efforts.
Yeah, I think Parisian, unfortunately, is banking on the fact that those boots are not actually going to be required, and he's going to be very sad. Very, very sad.
Picking up skull pops impossible at double speed confirmed. Got a bug net on ACM's side. Totally useful item.
I am excited for 4 perfect laser skips at 2x. Taking the safety entrance here to make sure that nothing too terribly punishing happens to that beetle.
That's 2.
Okay, halfway there. Oh, he got blocked on that one. And he got the cape, somewhat ironically.
Now, he does have Burna, so he's... But I guess... And a potion. But he's probably not going to waste that potion.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with that. Yeah, so unfortunately, Parisian not having that Cane of Samaria has to mirror out after running all the way through there. Fortunately, he will be going and grabbing his Lamola's kill, and I expect invisible sadness when he goes and checks those boots locations. A very nice Trinex, all things considered, for ACM.
And a compass for his efforts, but the crystal, which matters more.
We could all use a little bit more direction in life. Bad puns, rando commentary.
Yes, Philian, Scrivo commentating randomizer. Dogs and cats. Lions lying down with the lambs. Total madness. Oh! Nice quick hop for ACM there. Oh, he's going to check, yeah, I guess he's still looking for that bow, so.
Yeah, so ACM getting his first tablet check, gonna be taking care of Spike Cave. We know this is not the thing, because I do believe Parisian made it all the way through. Probably we've got a Bombos tablet check into Pyramid Fairy. Or not. Or maybe. How about yes? Okay. Okay, opting to ignore the Bombos tablet. We did get that hint about Pyramid Fairy, I believe. All right, will this be it? Yes, it will. All right, with that, ACM is officially in go mode. So we just have to run through the ending of Eastern and Pod, and we are all set. And then we can immediately go find... Oh, and there's Parisian Player with the... Yeah. With the moment of... Really? Like, this is the thing that... Okay. Okay, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in chat. Yes, ACM is so good at A Link to the Past that he can actually do Ocarina of Time glitches in the game. It's incredible.
Making our way to the basement of Pod now.
This Turtles room can be fun if you don't get the good strat. Okay, well, it was a good setup, and then unfortunately the sword whiffed.
Imperf Turks.
Wow.
That is a nice helmet score. Almost perfect.
That
almost
was
perfect.
Absolutely ludicrous. Like, I mean, he got good RNG, but like, I want that Helmasaur in my 1x runs. Like, hot diggity dang. That was a spicy Helma.
Alright, I'm gonna pick up his last crystal now. Slightly overpowered for Eastern Palace.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the expected gear in vanilla.
You hate to call anything early, but it would take something catastrophic for ACM to let this one slip away.
Yeah, no, I mean, at this point, ACM has, what could only be described as a commanding lead. Nothing is ever insurmountable, you know, but he's only 28 Ganon falls ahead.
I think a lot of it, you could say, comes down to that early Hera dip that ACM took. And then, on top of that, choosing to follow up on the boots hint immediately.
Yeah, definitely rushing the boots was a huge benefit to ACM. You know, it's shocking to have that much of your late game progression behind those boots and in, you know, those two locations. Like, I mean, it's just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Comps are problematic at double speed. And we are now on our way to Ganon's Tower, objectively the best dungeon in the game. Gonna check for an early right side big key, and then go and move on over to the left. We are now a gold sword, and I guess he's not going to get the Ether Tablet, so we're not going to see that 100% loadout.
Oh god, these skeletons.
Still hunting down that big key.
I've never seen it in that chest. I want it to be in that chest. I've seen it once, actually. Once.
There it is. He's got the big key, and he is on his way up the stairs behind the exploding wall. It's always in the last place you look, because why else would you keep looking?
Get wrecked, Philion.
Okay, getting through that gauntlet. Nice archery there from ACM.
Yeah, doing this gauntlet at 2x is no joke.
Okay, Parisian is using pause buffers to get these laser skips. Interesting choice. Meanwhile, ACM disposing of Lambo 2. Through Wizrobes 2.
You know, I'm really sad we didn't get to see the GT tile room.
I'm not, personally. I hate that room.
Oh my gosh. New.
Oh, he didn't know.
Alright, much better the second time around.
Why are we still checking chests?
Might be looking for additional potion or health resources. I think potion would be probably the best pickup that he could hope for.
Oh, there's the gold
or
sword.
the better sword. Okay, well,
gold sword.
All right, well,
Arrow Ganon. Let's go.
Game is officially free, you guys. It's so easy. He just doubled his damage on Ganon, so I think he's now on like 32x. He's got the power of 32 bits.
Now he's playing with power.
You're mixing brands. We're console warring here, and I don't understand.
I was always a Nintendo kid.
Me too, actually. Although I did have the Sega channel, which was super cool and dumb.
You're only the second person I've ever known who had the Sega channel.
Yeah, I could play one level of Sonic 2 whenever I wanted. It was incredible.
Alright.
Okay, we have our first Ganon death.
At 2x, nothing is free. Well, that position actually might be pretty close to...
Alright, we are on to phase 3. At this point, so long as we don't get fire bats, this is pretty safe, although not falling off in phase 4 is not free. We'll say that. Opting to go for Torch Glitch. Oh, baby. Opting to go for Torch Glitch just to give himself a little bit more margin of error. It's a smart play. And the double to finish it off.
Parisian finally finding that bow in the Pyramid Fairy, but with a real time of 1:07:43. That will be ACM taking the victory.
Yeah, GG's to ACM. Now, we gotta be totally clear here. You know, these... At 2x, right? I mean, the actual real-time difference between these two runners is not actually going to be that huge, right? in terms of the game time and what they have to do, it's a substantial difference. But realistically, in RTAs, it's not actually that huge of a spread.
Yeah. This all comes down to that decision to act on the Boots hint as soon as possible for ACM, revealing the Cane of Burna and what was the other essential item that was there? Was it the Ice Rod?
Yeah, it was actually, and I think you mean the Samaria and the Ice Rod. It was both of those. It's pretty significant for sure.
Between the two fast donk runs that we saw from Parisian and this double speed run, he has put on a few hours of solid entertainment for us here during the SNES Superstars, so he is greatly appreciated. This double speed stuff, I have done it. It is not. Oh,
that is unfortunate.
I have done a few runs of double speed NMG. Even when everything is where you think it should be, and you know how all the rooms are supposed to go, it is very hard. I would advise anybody that wants an interesting challenge at a speed game that they play to try it at double speed.
All right, so Parisian player hunting for the pod big key right now. Made it all the way down and was sad.
Taking a look at the schedule for today, we have coming up, we're going to have X10 Power with an ActRaiser any % run after this, followed by Prince Leaf with Porky Pig's Haunted Holiday, and then it will be a DKC Trilogy run. I think that one is a race between Stu and DNA 423.
Nice.
And then Secret of Evermore looks like a 3-way race. And then Brandish and Brandish 2 to close things out. But I do want to thank everybody that has been manning the restream all week. And Fiesel for putting this on every year, giving many people an opportunity to showcase their skills in front of one of probably the biggest speedrunning audience on Twitch. I think I regularly have seen 4,000 and up viewers throughout this marathon, so that is.
Yeah, I think outside of a certain event that happens twice a year, this has been really amazing, and it's great to have so many marathon opportunities for the community.
Yes.
I am super excited for that ActRaiser run coming up next. That's a game that I hated to play, but I really like watching good people run.
I seem to remember liking it as a kid.
I don't know.
Rent and renew games for me.
Nice. I remember my favorite rental game ever was I used to live in Lake Jackson, Texas, and there was a local rental place that got imports and adapters. So I remember getting to play a few things early, but Street Fighter 2 Turbo was actually like the greatest rental day of my life.
So it just occurred to me that there is a non-trivial percentage of people in this chat who have never rented a game.
You're not wrong. And yeah, wow. Sadness. I have it.
The idea of waiting for mom or dad to get home from work to drive you down to the rental store just to find out that the game you wanted was already picked out.
I mean, the idea of just waiting in general.
Right.
Imagine having to wait.
And then hoping that the next time you got to rent it, that nobody erased your save file.
Oh god. Yeah, the RPG rental game was a risky one.
Alright, clearing out that Armos with the silver arrows. Parisian is now ready to head off to Ganon's tower.
Yeah, hopefully his Ganon's tower goes about as well as ACM's did. I think, you know, if we see a deathless Ganon from Parisian, I think we can declare this a mutual victory.
Deathless double speed Ganon is quite a feat, so...
Yeah, I think ACM with the actual victory and Parisian player with the moral victory.
I think ACM's just going around and checking some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing. Are we gonna see some double speed overworld glitches? No.
No, I think he's just curious about some item locations. Since he's so close to 100% completion, he might be wondering where, for instance, that ether medallion is.
Well, per our discussion earlier about ACM being an artificial intelligence, he he thirsts and quests for complete knowledge.
Yes.
And he will not rest until his memory banks are full.
Here's a fun room at double speed.
Yeah, trying to hit that right torch from on the conveyors is not fun.
Nope. And he has given up on that right side.
And I think rightfully so.
Yes. He'll find the key on the left side anyway. Oh, there's the tile room that you wanted.
I'm so happy.
Dodging this tile room in 2x is like an old school shmup. That Gradius movement.
He should have upgraded to the missiles that go down and trace along the ground. That would have made it way easier. I don't know what you're talking about, Sakura. I'm very happy. I had coffee. It's great. Looks like ACM is actually gonna try to go see what's behind Ice Armos. Maybe we get a GT big chest check. Oof, wow.
There's that big key for Parisian.
ACM so committed to exploration using his potion. Oh my god, that fire snake. Okay, we're gonna go check the big chest. It's the map. Nice bonk. Parisian wants fairies, and I think that this. Well, okay.
I think he wanted the magic more. Like I said, he has that ether. He's liable to bust it out.
No, I don't call the map the burrito. It's more of an enchilada, in my opinion. It's It's not nearly substantial or filled with enough knowledge that's useful to be a burrito.
Alright, through G4, and there is the G5 ether.
Yeah, I think that's really smart. You know, I'm actually surprised that, well, ACM never picked up ether, so... Still, I think you can quake those guys to good effect. It's a little bit slower than ether, but at 2x, you probably can't even see it. And ACM, satisfied, stares at the map. Or the enchilada grande, if you will.
I kind of want enchiladas now.
We all want enchiladas, Scrivo. I'm trying to remember the last time I had enchiladas. It was quite a while ago. I believe ether was in the vanilla flute spot with the digging.
Yes, ether was in the grove. Oh, we're gonna do Aghanim just for fun.
He just ruined his prize pack. I don't know what he's doing. What a scrub.
Has he even played this game before?
I know, it's just like, gosh.
I do have a challenge for any insane soul out there that wants to be the first person to successfully hover at double speed.
Oh man, you know, I would, if anybody could do it, and I'm not even joking, if anybody that I know could do it, I think it would be TGH. I have seen that guy, I've sat next to him while he's mashing, and that guy has weird hands. And I mean that in like the best possible way, but he has weird hands. He's got like strangely like powerful hands. God, this sounds terrible.
This is getting uncomfortable.
He really got like.
Considering Parisian's background in maths, he's having an awful lot of difficulty with some simple geometry, but finally takes care of Aghanim too.
Yeah, probably, unfortunately, we're not going to see the Deathless Ganon unless he opts to blow a potion, because we are going in here a little bit low on health for sure.
He also did not get that gold sword that ACM had.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Although doing an excellent job here at a very safe Phase 1 and 2. Ooh, taking a bop there from the... Wow, okay. That, a couple of those hookshot dodges were, I don't want to say frame perfect, because that term gets overused a lot, but frame delicate.
Non-trivial.
Definitely non-trivial. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Oh, fairies!
Yeah.
Yo, we good. We good.
Meanwhile, ACM has committed serious crimes against VRAM.
Nice. Where did he do it? I missed which one he did.
I was watching Ganon, but Acmlm.exe has stopped responding.
I love this community. I love that people will just meme on stuff after they finish their race. GG to Parisian player.
Yes, once again, thank you to Parisian for 3 back-to-back very skilled double speed runs, and Acmlm for the victory in this particular race. Stay tuned as I said, for ActRaiser, coming up shortly by X10 Power. That will be an any percent run. But with that, I will be making my way out of here. So, Emo, thank you for joining me on commentary this afternoon and filling my many gaps in randomizer knowledge.
Happy to provide all the dumbs, and huge thanks to our runners, and again to Feasel and Speed Gaming for putting this on. It's really great event, and I will not be heading out. I'll be sitting awkwardly in my chair watching this ActRaiser run, so that'll be great.
All right. Well, I have been and will continue to be Scrivo.
And I am Emo Saru, and yeah.
We're out of here.
Peace.